So NFC, to all my NFC East people, we got the Eagles, Giants, Commanders, and Cowboys. So already one of the biggest things that happened during off season was the Eagles and Giants decided to just trade. So the Giants traded Saquon Barkley to the Eagles. That's just something to just watch in general to see how this changes the dynamic. Now, I did talk to some Giants fans and say, how do you feel about this? They was pretty happy because they were like, Saquon's prone to injury. So,
yeah.
And Jalen, Miss Natalie's always talking about how Jalen in practice right now that there still might be some little turmoil. So with that being said, we're just gonna watch and see how I won't say team amongst each other. It's usually between a team like Jalen and one of the coaching staff. So we're gonna see how that plays off. I did look up to see when it came to schedule wise, and it looks like the Giants have the hardest schedule, one of the hardest schedules of the season, just based off of who they played this year and off of their records from last year. As far as the Commanders, pay attention. We're going to be paying attention to that new star, Corey Jalen Daniels, who just started. He's not now, as we're making this video now, we still have one preseason game left. Which the Commanders are playing the Patriots tonight at 8. So, and I just read that they're not going to start Jaden, but they already said that he is the starting quarterback. I did look up what his stats was in the last game when they played against the. What was it? They was playing the Dolphins and they said that he was 10 of 12 passes for 78 yards. He didn't score a touchdown, but he did lead them into a scoring drive. So, hey, that's where they are saying. 13 rushing yards. No touchdowns. He had a passer rating at 93.8. And that was from the Dolphins game they played against the Dolphins. And for our Cowboys fans out there.
Come on, I got a lot of those people out there. I know. Come on with it. What you got with the Cowboys?
Too. All right, so we're going to be watching for CeeDee Lamb because he seems like he's going to be y'all star this year. And obviously, we're going to definitely be watching Dak. Okay, Dak. We're going to make sure, and I pray and hope for you guys that Dak does not continue to be that choker. And that he's definitely under the hot seat this year because this is the last year of his contract. So we're going to see how Dak really comes into this pressure wise. I don't want to say, I guess we will say pressure because he does have a lot of pressure coming on with it because last season, obviously, the Cowboys were pulling up 40 points at home. And then all of a sudden, literally the home wild card game against the Packers. And yes, Dak comes in and chokes with the rest of the team. And that was the end of it. And like I said, I felt it was embarrassing for them. So we're gonna see how that goes with it. Miss Nat, you got some stats or anything that I missed with them?
No, you already said about Dak. He was 69.5% completion. Dak was. He did excellent during the regular season. He was awesome.
He was.
He had third most yards. He was amazing. 4,516 yards, only about 50 yards behind or so, or maybe 100 behind the leader. I mean, come on. He was awesome until the playoffs. So go on.
My prediction of who's going to take the NFC East. I'm super shocked that I'm saying this.
Who you saying?
I'm going to go for the Cowboys. I know, I am very shocked that I am saying this because I am not that, but based off of what they have and stuff, I really do think that they can do it because last year they came out of nowhere and they kind of just, I think they have the elements of being it. And I feel like when they're at home, they're very powerful. And if they continue how they did, like they was last year with it, and continue that momentum of it, almost like how the Dolphins was last year, like at the beginning part of the year. But the Cowboys like continued on with it. Like at points in time, I know I thought it was a fluke, like, oh, maybe it was just a couple of weeks and stuff like that. But they continue to do it. So obviously when the Cowboys at home, they're strong. And I feel like they can continue that. They just, now I ain't say they was gonna win playoffs. We gonna continue. That's gonna be another video later on the season. But I do think that they probably could win the East.
Well, I chuckled, but I picked them last year to go all the way. I really did. I was kind of between.
We had
I
the
thought
Eagles
they were
in
going to do
the
something the first 8-9 games when they were scoring, like you said, 40 points a game almost. So, but then they just fell off. So I'm not too shocked. So that's the NFC East. Okay.